Slayers, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer audio spin-off continuation thing that Audible did last year, has been cancelled after one season. This frustrates me, and I would like to rant about it a bit here and talk about some of the possible reasons why this has happened. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Phil, welcome to my channel where I like to talk about all the geeky pop culture I like, things like Doctor Who, things like the MCU, and things like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because Buffy was one of those shows which I loved when it was on in its original run. That and its spin-off Angel, I had novels, I read the comics continuation that ran for a few years in the sort of like after it ended, and and I was really excited when I heard there was going to be a full cast audio drama spin-off set 10 years after the show ended, and returning lots of characters. We had Spike, we had Cordelia, we had Anya, we had Tara. Who else did we have? We had Giles, and a new Slayer as well. So we had lots of stuff. It was all very exciting. And for the most part, I enjoyed it. I did say at some point when I announced the news of this that I might do a review of it. I never got around to that review. Maybe I still will. But today brings sad news because one of the writers of this Slayers was written by Amber Benson, who played Tara, and also Christopher Golden. Christopher has tweeted today the sadly disappointing news that there will not be a season 2. This is what his tweet said. Hugely disappointed to share that despite its enormous success, Disney has refused to allow Audible to proceed with future seasons of Slayers, a Buffyverse story. To my knowledge, they have provided no explanation. He goes on in a follow-up tweet to say, working with this cast, the production team and the folks at Audible UK and seeing the joy in the fan community has been one of the happiest experiences of my career. I'm sorry we won't be able to continue on, but I'm glad we were able to bring these characters back to you. So there's a few things to note here. First of all, it was a huge success. Second of all, Audible, the people that commissioned it, weren't the ones that cancelled it. They presumably want to do a second season because it's been a success for them. The people that have said no to it are Disney. I didn't even know Disney owned this, but it's probably something to do with the Fox acquisition. Do they just own everything now? And they have provided no explanation as to why this was cancelled. We can speculate though. Some of the speculation is better than others. For instance, maybe they want to put a stop to this because they have their own plans for the Buffy franchise that are relatively imminent. So maybe there's a new TV series spin-off on the way. Maybe it's a reboot, maybe it's some kind of continuation of the same universe. We don't know, but maybe that's a possibility. And if that's the reason, while I'm still disappointed because I do think they could have run concurrently, I at least understand a little bit. But that's not the only possibility, is it? Let's be frank. Disney and Amazon both have rival streaming services. I know Audible is an audible streaming service. It's audio, not TV, but obviously you've got Disney Plus. They have also, Amazon Prime, and it's not out of the realms of possibility that they are just a little bit bitter about its success and don't want Amazon to have this success that they are not having with it. The kind of taking your ball and going home approach, like, hey, we don't want to do anything with this, but we don't want anybody else to be successful with it because then that'll look bad on us not doing anything with it. So that's another possibility as well. That is by far the worst out of those two possibilities. Also, there's kind of a third possibility which is linked to the second, and that's that this Slayers was made by Audible UK, not Audible US. And I do wonder if maybe there was a possibility that this kind of slipped under Disney's radar and they just kind of weren't aware of it until Audible did the huge marketing push they did for this. Because I don't know if it was pushed heavily in the US at all, which, I kind of imagine they would do. But over here, there were huge, underground on the London Underground. There were huge posters covering like whole walls. They were on all of the trains, all over the place. They pushed hard on this, And I wonder if they kind of got it made by slipping it slightly under the radar, and just the kind of like, it kind of got signed off at Disney without really thinking about it because it didn't go high up enough. But then once the higher ups found out about it, they were like, oh, this again maybe looks a bit embarrassing for us because we didn't think to make it. So therefore, we're not going to let a second season go through. We can't have that again. That's the kind of third possibility. But it is a bit annoying. I hope at least we get something out of this. I hope it's the first reason. I hope they have their own plans for it, and not a kind of like, here where we might want to do something with it one day kind of plans, but actually solid, hey, we've got something in the works that's going to be out in the next year or two type of plans. Because yes, I would love to see a continuation series, something set in the original continuity, not necessarily with many of the returning cast, although that would be great to have some of them, but just something to continue the Buffy legacy on, because it was a great show, that and Angel, and there's this great universe that was built up around it, possibly slightly tarred by revelations about Joss Whedon, but he doesn't need to be involved. He's fine. He doesn't own the IP anymore. He just created it. So there we go. What do you think about this? Are you as frustrated with it as I am? I hope we find out a bit more information about why Disney made this decision, although maybe we won't. I don't know. And do you want me to do that review eventually? I will if enough people ask for it, I guess. I'd have to re-listen to it again because it's been a while now. I've listened to it when, like, the day it came out. So that was like last year sometime. But let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back for more videos soon. Goodbye.